What's up, Facebook? I wanted to share a experience that I had actually last night. I don't know. I'm sure you're like me, and you've had these moments in your life that you'll never forget. They're just life changing, and I had one of those last night, and I'm in a leadership group, and basically, I shared some of my struggles, and the coach, leader of the group, was we were modeling for the other leaders in the group, and it was real. And I shared some things that, let's just say, I haven't always been comfortable sharing because they make me feel awkward, uncomfortable. I feel embarrassed. I feel weird, etc. But thankfully, God gave me the strength, and I stepped out on a limb, and I did it. The good news is I was with all safe people, but it was just I've been sort of like almost like on a high because I can already feel the growth that I've experienced through sharing some things that maybe just have been bottled up too much. And I know I'm not the only one. It doesn't matter if you're a male or female. I know as a male, it's we live in a culture where we're supposed to just kind of push through stuff, and I do have that personality where I'm going, and it's maybe you have that, or maybe you were raised with that sort of teaching, whether it was verbal or nonverbal, that that men don't cry, or your feelings aren't important, and you just need to kind of forget about it and move on, get over it, kind of thing. And while that may work for the short term, eventually it's gonna result in problems in your life, in your relationships, in your life, internally or externally, and they will come out. So just wanted to share my experience, hopefully to encourage you, because it's so important to share things that you might be going through. And again, I don't know what you're going through. Maybe it's some anxiety, maybe it's some worry, some fear, some anger, some sadness. Maybe it's a deep depression. Maybe it's panic attacks. I don't know what the case is, but I'll just share that I've experienced most of those things myself, and more than once. And so you're not alone. That's the first thing to realize. So I'm going to give you a call to action. So here's sort of the challenge for today, because it's not just learning things, it's actually putting them into practice. So if you are dealing with any of those emotions that haven't been dealt with, and they could be from a variety of things, and we all have experiences in our lives. Many people have experiences as a child that they just never dealt with, and it's so important to deal with those things. So there's a lot of ways you can do it, but the bottom line is to get it out, right? When you hold it in, nothing good happens from that. It can lead to a dark place. And I know people who unfortunately never took that step, and then their lives blew up. Maybe it was an affair, maybe it was a drug or alcohol addiction. And so again, my urge to you is to be proactive. And you might want to talk to a therapist. It has to be a safe person. Maybe it's a spiritual leader, or maybe it's just a really good, safe friend. Whoever that is, just make sure that you're not neglecting this stuff. I'm sharing this video. I am a fitness and health professional. I'm not a mental health professional, but I do know how important it is to not just focus on 1, 2, or 3 areas. You need to focus on all of the areas, all of the important areas of your life, and your mental health is a huge part of it. Because if you're like me, maybe you've accomplished some things and you thought that you'd be happy. So, once I lose those 20 pounds, or once I make X amount of money, or I get to this point in my career, but then it's a moving target. You get to that point and you're still not happy. And a lot of that has to do with these unresolved issues. So I encourage you to take some action on that stuff. And just realize you're not alone. I would say most people are in that boat. Most people struggle with those things. And it just means you're human. And it takes time, especially so many people. I mean, you could be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old and have some things that have never been dealt with. They are not going to completely change overnight. So just embrace the process and grow from it, and be patient, because I know in my experience there have been things I've struggled with that that have gotten better, but then I have to deal with them again. It's not, you have to stay on a plan. It's kind of like a fitness plan where you might lose 20 pounds and then think, okay, great, I can stop working out and stop eating healthy. And that's not the case. You need to keep maintaining those things so that you stay healthy. So same thing with mental health. If you're on a plan, maybe you have a friend that you're talking to, or a therapist, or whatever the case is, you need to make sure that you have a plan. That plan will include a team of people that are going to help you, come alongside you. And the number one thing to watch out for is people that are not safe, because they will only make matters worse. So we're not looking for somebody that is going to judge you, somebody that's going to try to fix you. Just looking for somebody that's going to support you and give you what you need. It's not about them, it's about you in this case. And it is a myth that it's selfish to focus on yourself, because if you're not healthy yourself, you're not going to give people what they need. You're not going to have the capacity to do it. If I am unhealthy emotionally, I can't be a good dad or a good husband or a good leader. I have to take care of myself. So it's actually one of the most selfless things you can do. And it's not comfortable, because maybe it's easier to just focus on other people and be selfless and serve others. But you can't serve others if you're not healthy yourself. So I hope this helps. This is a thing that is not comfortable, and I shared publicly last night in front of a lot of people, and that took a lot. So I'm not asking you to do that. You have to figure out what's best for you. But just want you to be encouraged and know that you're not alone. And I truly hope this helps even just one person, because it can be tough. Would love to hear from you if you have any thoughts on that. Again, just to be super clear, I am in no way trying to give like specific psychological help. Just sharing my experience and what I know has helped a lot of others as well. So thanks for watching. God bless, and talk to you soon.